Hey, beautiful people. Happy Thankful Thursday. I hope that your day has been nothing but beautiful and that you've had nothing but reasons to smile today. And if you haven't had a reason to laugh or a reason to smile, you know how it goes. As soon as you finish watching this, you will have had that opportunity. So you're welcome because I know that you'll be laughing at me in some way or other. In fact, ironically, talking about laughing at myself, hi Tyson. Do you see this water spot right here? Yeah, so I was trying not to be rude and sip like I was yesterday before my video. So I thought that I was adult enough to actually, take a drink right before I push live. And yeah, kind of cute. I know that I can still spill my drink. Isn't that nice? A little cold ice water all over the shirt. Hi, Ken. So I hope you guys have had a beautiful day. It seems like, yes, Ken, actually it was. I was going to say, I have been involved in so many things that I feel like it's the 27th of January. And so I'm blessed to see that it is only the 7th. And I say that optimistically because that means that I've had my energy in all the right areas and that I'm not wasting no time doing what it is that I'm here to do. So, hi, Crystal. I brought out a new quote book tonight. Right, Ken? It was like, oh my gosh. And it was nothing but ice water, of course, but it was like, okay. I had all over my, it was great. It was great. You guys missed it. I should, actually, probably would have been funnier because I was getting ready to press the button and I thought, oh no, let me take a drink real fast. So it would have been really funny if I had, anyway, that's just it. That's a me moment. That's how it rolls with me. There's always something. Hi, Stan. So I brought out a different quote book tonight. It's the Big Book of Quotes. I think everybody should have, hi, Sarah. I think everybody should have some quotes around their house, whether it's one that they, I have got like 5 and they're like from the essence of the Tao or funniest quotes of all times or quotes for serenity or I just have all kinds of stuff because sometimes it's really nice that you just don't dig into something real heavy. You just want to quick pick up and go or you just want to look at a topic related quote and it's really easy to do that. Hi, Misty. It's really easy to, hi, Enver. It's really easy to do when you have these types of books for you to access. Sure, you can go online or go on your phone, but it's nice to have a book sometimes. Hey, Antonio. So let's just go with what I have tonight. And I went into wisdom. So what I like about this big book of quotes is it is categorized. So that's kind of why I brought it down from my shelf up there because I figured, well, we always talk about something a little different every night. So this would help. Hi, Denise. So this would help subject matter. So all right, here we go. Wisdom. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of a lifelong attempt to acquire it. That is nice. I'll repeat that. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. And that would be Albert Einstein. Never mistake knowledge for wisdom. One helps you make a living, and the other helps you make a life. That's pretty important. Sandra Carey. The other one is, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Is that not the truth? And I will say to piggyback that, one of my favorites is when you know better, you do better. And that's Maya Angelou. So that's what it is for me because I believe that if we all, yes, I'm optimistic. I really feel like if we all knew better, if we had a way to get better, be better, feel better, live better, think better, all that we would actually do it. That's my hope. That's my optimistic, starry-eyed hope. But unfortunately, sometimes people don't want the better way because one, it's either unfamiliar, it's scary, or they just flat out don't want it. And so until people want to change, the desire to seek that out is basically like, it's not beneficial. And I want to say that before I start tonight, one of the things I want to talk about, well, let me tell you what I'm talking about first. I'm going to talk about how stress affects your body. And I'm not going to go into some hard scientific things that, are big words. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you a very easy way to understand. And I'm going to give you a picture in your mind of how our stress and our thoughts actually affect our body in a poor way, in a way that we get sick over what we think. So before I do that, though, I want to say this. In my journey, I have found that there are a lot of people who unfortunately aren't ready for learning, who aren't ready to receive a better life. Hi, Brian, who aren't ready to get to the next level with themselves. And it's just the facts. I know that some of us have family members that we try to give information to, and we try to help, or we try to lend a hand to our own children, or maybe somebody who's older than us, or maybe somebody who we've known for years, or maybe, and the truth is, I want you to know that I know it hurts that you want somebody to do better in their life, or you see a way that they could do better and you try to give them that information and they reject it, or they just don't follow it. You can't take that personal. You cannot take that personal. People have to figure it out to some degree on their own before they go to the teacher for lessons. That's just the way it is. A lot of people learn what I say, what we've said for years, is the hard way. And that's usually when life comes to some kind of a really big smack in the face. And then that leads for the passion of either a better life or to get worse in their current life. So for all of you out there trying to put better, faith and love and hope into somebody in the family, and you feel like, oh, why won't they just listen to me? I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to give them the truth. I'm trying to tell them what it is. I've been here. I did that. Just know when they're ready, they'll be ready. And chances are, usually some of the closest people to you won't come get that advice from you. They'll get it from somebody else, which is why good friends and good family members, hi, Brandy, are so important, because, a lot of times kids or family members or spouses or stuff, sometimes they don't want to go to the people that they're closest to because they're afraid of what somebody will think. So that's just the way that it is. So don't be discouraged. I say always pray for these people with just a good spirit. When my children are going through things, and they're young adults, so to me this is one of the most shaping moments of their life, is when they become a young adult. They get to incorporate what they have been taught by me, and also what they have learned on their own, and then life in general. Hi, David. So what I let them do is I just go ahead and let them live their life, but I pray for them, not with, oh Lord, this, that. No, I pray for them, and I thank you, Lord, that they have the wisdom. Thank you, Lord, that they know to seek you. Thank you, Lord, that they're strong. Thank you, Lord. And it's about believing in their strengths, and not being, worried about what they're not even worried about. So be careful when you are praying, that you're praying for your children with hope and with courage, because come on, they're your kids. If you're wonderful, aren't they wonderful? If you're strong, aren't they strong? If you are capable, aren't they capable? So anyway, hi, Buster. Now that I got some people on, hi, Daniel. We will get to the point of what I was saying tonight, and how stress affects your body. So I don't want to go into scientific, even though with a medical background, I could very easily do that for you, but I want to give it to you in kind of a cartoon version, just so that you can understand how you are stressing yourself out. And even though you think it's not bothering you, it really is. You can hide from somebody else. You can hide from the person next to you with a smile or whatever it is. And, but the truth is, your inside knows the truth. So you can be putting on your mask for other people if you want to, but I'm going to share this. So I want you to picture yourself your favorite car, or your current car that you have. That is you. Your car is you. Now, I want you to picture you driving this car nonstop around the world, just around the world, around the world, around the world. Now, let's just say gas isn't an issue, but everything else is like a real car, but you don't have to stop for gas, but you're going and you're going and you're going and you're going. What happens when you run a car? Like when you run a car nonstop, what happens? What happens? So, okay, the radiator, so it starts to get hot. So what do? You go put coolant in it. But let's just say you're tired of maintaining it right or whatever, so you shortcut it, which is you trying to avoid your real stress. You shortcut it and you put, water in it instead of coolant. Then what happens? Your radiator boils, because that's why you need a coolant, because it has what you need to keep your radiator from boiling. So then at that point, the water boils. What happened? The hose is bust. From the hose is busting, it overheats. From it overheating, so it goes on and on and on. And so what happens is you go through and you try to cover up and do patchwork, right? You try to get hoses that fit, but maybe they're not the right one for the car. You try to go get water instead of coolant. You go and try to seal up the radiator that's cracked instead of getting a new one. You try to do all these things, and what happens is this car just gets weak. And this is you, after so much patchwork, after so much just putting stuff together and not dealing with what the real problem is. By avoiding going inside and seeking what's going on with you, your car just keeps getting hotter and hotter, and pieces just keep falling apart and falling apart. Then one day you go down a road that's really bad. Like we have a road out here that's really, really bad. And when you go on that road, All of a sudden, there goes your axle. You pop a tire. There goes all these things in this car. And you know what you blame? The road. You blame the road. You say, oh my gosh, why wouldn't they fix this road? Did you see that pothole? This would have never happened if this road wasn't this way. This couldn't have. And so now you're at stress level 10. You, being your car, are falling all apart. I mean, falling all apart. So what do you do instead of fixing it? You find a way to get a used part. You go and you put your little donut that's in the back on your passenger side tire. And though your stress is so heavy and it's telling you this tire can only go 10 to 12 miles. So you're not supposed to drive it for 3 days. But you still keep stressing on the same thing. So here this car is, it's patched up, it's messed up, it's scratched up, and you still keep trying to get it to go. So now let's take that to a physical sense. When you continue to stress on the inside, it's like that car that's still running, and you're running it, and you're running it, and you're running it, and you're running it, you're patching it, and you're patching it, and you're patching it. With your body, your mind does not stop. Now, you can go and you can lullaby it and put it to sleep by watching a fantasy movie. You can do it by going and having a drink. You can go have a whatever your stress reliever is. You can keep on trying to put this mask or this mirror that you're not stressing inside. Go put your attention somewhere else, right? Like, let's see what happens. Maybe you're one of those people who you enjoy video games. So here you are, you're already stressed out. You're that car that's been running and running and running and running. You're already busting out everywhere. And you go to a video game. And you go to a violent video game because that's where you feel like you can, get all that energy off and it would help. When in turn, all that does is make you think of more of what you're doing. So now you've seen horrible things. You're feeling horrible. So what have you just did? You just amplified this poor broke down car. So the stress is now, it's on double time because now you took it from an emotional reality to a visual reality. So now you're reconfirming that stress that's in there. And so your body's still just do. And what's happening is that stress is raising your blood pressure. And then we call it what? We give it a name. We even identify it. Who can give me the name? What do we give that name when we can't catch our breath and things are feeling heavy and we just can't get our mind right? What is that? There we go. Anxiety. Anxiety. So here we go. Here's another example. You're stressed out. You're that car that's and you decide, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to watch a Disney movie so that I don't have to, or a Hallmark movie so that I don't have to think about this thing that's going on the inside. And then so you keep on holding on and you watch this movie and you think, oh, the movie will make me feel better. It'll make me feel better. What happens? You look at the movie and then you get sad that it's not your life. You go, oh man, why can't I have that? Oh man, if that was only reality. So then you're actually more sad than you intended to go watch this to be happy, but what it's really doing is causing you to look back at yourself and what you don't have. So what happens again? Here goes that car. You're already revved up. So now you're even more revved up. So let's say you decide you want to go get a drink because drinking makes you feel better. So you go get a drink and you start drinking and you start drinking, and drinking is actually a depressant. Alcohol is actually a depressant. So now you think that you're good because you get this first little feeling of the drink, and then before long you're on the backside of the drink, and then you're like, man, forget this. And some of you would just say, I'll just drink myself to sleep so I don't have to think about it. Moral of the story is heart disease, high blood pressure, anxiety, skin ailments, asthma, and everybody's like, oh no, it comes from this, it comes from that. Let me tell you, the majority of all health-related issues are stemmed from suppressed emotional issues. And I'm here to tell you, even if you don't understand what you're doing is adding to the problem, such as maybe watching Lifetime or, playing the gun violent movie or the game or whatever it is, it will stay in there and it will keep rattling you. And then you usually end up going to the doctor and he says what? Okay, you have high blood pressure. Okay, you need to watch what you eat. You need to watch your salt intake. You need to watch whatever. But it starts somewhere else. And I'm here to tell you that. And then it just grows into this thing. So if you really want to get a hold of yourself in 2021, if you really want to manifest and be the best you and feel joy and feel light and feel happiness and feel these things, it's not about what you have. It's not about where you've been. It's about who you are right now. It's about learning to take the car that you are, treat it with love and care. And when things need to be repaired, you don't just ignore it, you fix it. And yes, that means that you have to be responsible for some of that. That means that you have to be as serious about your mental health as you are about any other thing, about, you know, your work life or your diet or your exercise at the gym, because you can do all of that. That's why you see these news things where you see somebody and they go, oh, they just fell out. You know, they were perfectly fit, had a great life, a great wife, a great car, a great bank account, and they just dropped one day. I'm not saying that happens in every scenario, but I can guarantee you that in some of those scenarios, nobody knew what was going on inside that person. Nobody knew. Nobody knew that they were stressing out, that they couldn't shut their mind off, that they couldn't stop, you know, blaming themselves, that they couldn't forgive themselves for something that happened 20 years ago, or they couldn't turn off that feeling of not being enough because their dad told them that when they were 6. They couldn't turn off that voice inside the little girl who said that somebody told her once she was ugly. They couldn't turn off those things that kept their engine just idling and idling and idling. And you can't run from that. You can code it, you can put stuff on it, but it doesn't go away, and then it'll resurface. So then you hide yourself in relationships, or you hide yourself in things to try to take yourself away from yourself. And it doesn't work like that. You are the vehicle. You are what's going on inside of you. So I encourage you in 2021, if you've never done it before, take a closer look at what's going on inside. What is your dashboard, your cluster saying inside your car? What is going on? What is it saying? Is it telling you it's time to change the oil? Is it telling you it's time to change a tire? Is it telling you to pull over? What is it telling you? Because, you know, if you've learned something from 2020, it was that you better hold on to yourself. You better be able to look at yourself. You better be able to love yourself. And you better be able to communicate with yourself, or, you know, be able to tolerate yourself and know who you are. Because some people had to sit still for a long time compared to the times that they've ever sat still before, because they've been working from home or schooling their kids from home, or being around people for a longer amount of time because everybody's, you know, on lockdowns and they have to stay home and they're quarantined. So do that. 2021, hey Cherie. 2021, hey Chad. Look at yourself. Look at yourself and make sure that you are maintaining yourself, the vehicle that you need to, and give yourself the truth. Give yourself the true you. So many of you guys you don't even know who you are. And I say that with all due respect because I've been that person. And so I was on a walk today, and it was interesting because I was talking about who I was 20 years ago. It's not who I am today. Who I was 10 years ago. It's not who I am today. Who I was 5 years ago. It's not who I am today. Shoot, 6 months ago, I may have been a part of who I am, but I'm not exactly who I am today. And you have to look at yourself and say, have I evolved or have I disintegrated? Have I stood still or have I moved on? Have I opened up my mind at all? Have I decided that there's things I can learn or things I can be a part of? And I'm telling you, stress will eat you up. It will eat you up. If you can't turn this little dial here, it'll eat you up. And it's not just about not wanting to be in your mind, but it's ruining your body. It's literally stressing your body out. It's working those organs, just like that car, right? That car overheats and you know, hoses bust and things crack and wheels fall off. And then we look around and we blame the street. We blame the weather. We blame the car manufacturer. When in truth, it's us. We're running ourselves to the ground because we're not taking the time to see what's going on the inside, to see what's going on. Because if not, it will affect you. It will affect you physically. So that's all I got. Happy Thankful Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I will be here at 6. And we have about another, I'm going to say, week and a half that I'm here live every day at 6. And then I will be toning it back to 2 times a week. And I will be bringing people on. So I do need some people. If anybody has an expertise in certain things and you'd like to come on, let me know. Because I want to be able to provide my community, because you will be live on different stuff, not just my Facebook, but some other things. I want to provide my community with people who have expertises and they want to, you know, explore their services or whatever. So anyway, God bless you. And remember to tell yourself at least 2 times a day, I can. And you have to mean that. I will. Yes, you will. And I am so worth it. God bless you. Yes, you are. And I will see you tomorrow.